I am honored to appear before you today as Commissioner designate for international partnerships. I believe strongly in parliamentary democracy and, if confirmed, hope to build a close working relationship with you. Nobel laureate Amartya Sen once stated, human development is about expanding the real freedoms that people enjoy. It is about increasing their choices and their ability to act on their own behalf. Today, I firmly believe that we, the European Union, are uniquely positioned to offer the people of the world the means to achieve exactly that, the universal ability to act freely and one's own behalf. The European Union is a remarkable project. It has brought lasting peace to our countries devastated by conflicts. It had fostered sustainable prosperity for hundreds of millions and has always served as an inspiration to those who long for freedom and development. I can attest this personally, having been among those who fought for freedom in my own country while dreaming of a European future. Our first post-communist president, Václav Havel, a true freedom fighter, spoke of Europe not just as a geographical or political entity, but as a shared spiritual and cultural space, a community bound by common values and destiny. He once wrote, Europe's task today is to rediscover its conscience and its responsibility, not only for its own political architecture, but also for the world as a whole. Today, I echo this sentiment. We need to defend these values and that shared destiny. Our partners want to work more with Europe, and we need to show them why Europe's offer is unique. Common values and a better future instead of a future with assertive actors lacking democratic values and regard for human rights. And we have to change how we communicate to offer by reaching new audience. This offer is embodied in the Global Gateway vision, a vision rooted in the business of equals, partners sharing the same values and rights, fairly distributing the benefits of collaboration. Today, I share my vision of how we can realize this ambition if I have the privilege to serve as Commissioner for International Partnerships. We also need our partners in this multipolar world as it is undergoing a fundamental economic transformation requiring new raw materials abundant in some countries. This makes these regions a focus for many global powers. Those who come with the best offer will gain an edge in achieving decarbonization and sustainable growth, benefiting economically from this process. And I am confident that the European offer to the world is the best because it aligns economic objectives with human dignity, equality and sustainability. This alignment forms the basis for cooperation that fosters not only economic development, but also social progress and stability. Our Global Gateway is the most effective and unique offer, bringing us closer to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Over the past weeks, engaging with many of you has convinced me that we share this belief. Our goals are the same. Now, let's discuss how we will reach them. Let's look at human history. Sustainable economic growth has always been the driving force behind human development. By fostering robust economies, we generate resources needed to invest in infrastructure, education, healthcare, the pillars that uplift societies. Sustainable development requires balance between profits and principle, ensuring that economic gains do not compromise future generations or marginalize vulnerable populations. If I am confirmed, these principles will shape my decision-making and the Global Gateway implementation. There is a lot of work ahead of us. We need to build a global strategy that strengthens both our partners and us. Throughout my professional life, challenges have motivated me to achieve better results. I want to focus on 6 concrete fields. First of all, the Global Gateway is built on a commitment to mobilize up to 300 billion euro in investments by 2027 across critical sectors like digital transformation, climate and energy, transport, health, education, infrastructure, or research. To achieve this, we must leverage private-public partnerships, de-risk investments, and attract private capital. Examples include economic corridors like the Lobito corridor in Africa and the Trans-Caspian corridor in Central Asia. We are investing in renewable energy projects, hydropower, solar, wind, to provide electricity and diversify energy supply chains while creating local jobs, and on digital infrastructure like high-speed internet in rural areas. Second, we must make Global Gateway more flexible. We must ensure sufficient funding for quick project implementation. If confirmed, I will focus on improving cooperation with European public development banks like the European Investment Bank and the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Stable public funding simplifies securing private investments. By designing projects that offer predictability and stability, we can combine public and private resources effectively. This will also help us to implement a Team Europe approach involving European Union, Member States, European credit agencies, development finance institutions, and the private sector. We must also address global issues multilaterally with partners like the United Nations, IMF, or World Bank, pressing for more financing and debt relief for developing economies. The business of equals assumes cooperation based on mutual respect, shared values, and equitable benefits, focusing on capacity building and skills transfer. Initiatives like the Great Green Wall involve local communities in combining desertification, creating sustainable agriculture, jobs, and access to electricity. This requires engaging civil society organizations in planning and in implementation. Third, we must make sure our strategy tackles the root causes of irregular migration. With Global Gateway projects, we can address the drivers of irregular migration by working on poverty eradication, climate resilience, and sustainable business development. We must also create opportunities to support people to build a better future by investing in economic development, education, skills, healthcare, by creating jobs. We can enhance people-to-people relations through education and work. Programs like Erasmus+ support education and skills development. By working together with partners, we can take immediate action to enhance border management and dismantle human traffic networks and strengthen cooperation on readmission. Fourth, to be truly successful in this matter, we must focus on conflict prevention and good governance, working with partner countries to strengthen institutions and promote the rule of law. Special attention must be given to the fact that each of our partners has specific needs and possibilities. That is why we must maintain a differentiated approach and focus especially on least developed countries as well as fragile countries and communities. 23% of the world's population lives in fragile contexts. We must stay engaged in countries like Afghanistan, Yemen, and in the Sahel to provide basic services. Effectively focus on their vulnerabilities and promote their resilience. Fifth, we must make sure that cooperation with our partners is mutually agreed upon with clear frameworks. We must strengthen our partnership with Africa by working towards the joint vision for 2030 agreed at the EU-Africa Summit. We will enhance our partnership with Latin America and the Caribbean. Central Asia will also be a priority, offering opportunities in sustainable transport, for example. Additionally, if confirmed, I aim to increase the EU's impact in South and East Asia and the Pacific, where we share common agendas on climate change and digital connectivity. And finally, sixth, our policies must be consistent with and reinforce our development objectives, with sustainability at the core. All external actions must align with the EU Green Deal objectives to ensure environmental sustainability, for example, supporting programs that promote sustainable consumption. Politically, we will ensure all projects respect human rights, supporting initiatives like the EU Human Rights Defenders Mechanism. Socially, we will promote social rights, women's rights, and gender equality. To underscore these efforts, we will better utilize the inequality marker, which helps ensure that every development initiative contributes to reducing inequalities in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. By promoting environmental and social sustainability, we can ensure our investments benefit the most disadvantaged, fostering inclusive growth and social justice. As I said, our partners need more from Europe. However, lately, they have been receiving more interest from assertive actors with aggressive approaches, bringing little development and few clear benefits. This is something we have a chance to change. If confirmed, I bring to the international partnerships portfolio extensive experience as a Minister of Industry and Trade and in the banking sector, particularly in managing large-scale financial projects and investment opportunities. I will make sure that our resources are allocated effectively, risk minimized, and financial instruments used to maximize returns. Part of this effort will include an emphasis on cooperation with the European Parliament. In the last few weeks, I have been meeting many of you to introduce myself and to listen to your opinions about the portfolio and its main challenges. It is clear that you have much to offer to our common agenda, and I want to use this input. What I have also realized is that all of us in this room believe that we, Europe, can bring positive change into the lives of tens of millions of people while making Europe stronger, more independent, more sustainable and safer. Through the Global Gateway, we can do exactly that. Thank you very much for your attention. I look forward to your questions and engaging with you. Thank you.